Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. And I'm really excited for today's session. We're going to be walking you through how you can simplify tuition collection and enrollment before the new year. Today's all about Brightwheel billing and enrollment and how they come together to save time, reduce manual work, and set your program up for a smooth start in 2026. So with that, let's dive in. So whether you're brand new to Brightwheel or have just been using it for a while, let's just make sure that you're getting the most out of the #1 rated app for early educators. Our goal is to save you time on family communications and operations so that you can focus on what matters most, the children. Brightwheel is designed to be your all-in-one platform for managing your center or preschool more effectively. And here are a few ways to get started and ensure that you're using Brightwheel to your fullest potential. Use the family communication tools to share photos and videos, giving families a window into their child's day and strengthening those connections. Simplify check-in and check-out. Say goodbye to chasing families down for missing signatures and make every drop-off and pick-up seamless and just full of connections with your families. And then also leverage our features like admissions, tuition collection, payroll processing to streamline operations for your staff and for your families. By fully utilizing Brightwheel, whether you're just starting out or looking for to take a deeper dive into our features, you can boost family satisfaction, give your teachers more time with their children, and reduce stress for everyone all around. So welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you're here today. Today's webinar is called Start 2026 Smart, Simplify Tuition Enrollment with Brightwheel Billing. We'll show you how to simplify billing and tuition collection and save time with automated agreements and rate card uploads and streamline enrollment with our newest tools. You'll see also a live demo, both featured by Matt and Jean, on how these features work and you'll see them in action. And learn how Brightwheel can help your program start 2026 organized, efficient, and stress-free. Okay, now let's take a look at your Brightwheel advantage. There's some key ways our tools help programs simplify operations and save time. With Brightwheel, you can automate billing, track payment, and collect tuition all from one place, giving you more time in your day. You'll also get started fast with tuition agreements and rate cards that our team help set up for you so that you're ready to go without any heavy lifting. And then we have also our personalized onboarding and dedicated staff who make that transition quick and easy for you, ensuring that your financial setup is smooth as you head into 2026. You can also simplify enrollment by creating, sharing, and managing digital forms with families, keeping everything organized and accessible. And finally, you'll be able to protect your revenue and give families a peace of mind with features that are included at no additional cost to you. Okay, here's a quick look at what the next few months can look like when you're using Brightwheel billing and enrollment and how you can set up before the new year. And if this feels a little early for your program, that's okay. This is only a suggestion for you all, but you can follow the same exact steps whenever you're ready in the new year in 2026. So November is really all about laying that foundation. And this is when you want to turn on Brightwheel billing and add your tuition and fees and decide on your basic policies. Our team will walk you through the setup so you don't have to start from scratch or worry about getting it perfect from day one. By December, your focus shifts to the family, sending out digital enrollment packets and getting agreements signed. With Brightwheel, you can send everything in one place and have families review and sign online and get them up on their payment plans without chasing paperwork. Then, when January and the new year arrive, all the prep that you've been doing pays off. Billing runs automatically based on the schedules you set. Families are ready to set up and to pay, and you can see your 2026 finance in one platform instead of piecing it together from different tools. And that's why we're encouraging you to start now. So this is a great time to get your foundation in on Brightwheel. So when the busy season hits, you're not scrambling for spreadsheets and forms, and you can stay organized and focus on running your program. So with that, we're going to turn it over to Matt for our first demo.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Haiti, and thank you so much again, everyone, for being here. So for today, we're going to step through this calendar that we see right now on this slide. I'll start first with some demos on the billing and payment side and organizing your school with those pre-inviting family steps, and then hand it off to Jean for more on paperwork itself and more on the family side. First, though, let's talk about setting up billing for the new school year. This section is going to be geared towards those of you that aren't using Brightwheel today or aren't using Brightwheel billing, but I will be showing some brand new features, so anyone who's been with us for years still gets to see something new. So one of the advantages of Brightwheel billing, as Haiti mentioned, is the automation. Billing is built so that after your one-time setup, which again, our team does in part for you, everything happens automatically. Your payer setup happens automatically, your invoicing runs automatically, your payment collection and deposits run automatically, your late fees run automatically, and even your end of year items like payer tax statements run automatically as well. And start with that first sort of setup steps. The first thing I'll mention is how to upload your rate sheet to Brightwheel. So if you're setting up with Brightwheel billing for the first time, we actually help you with this. You can give your onboarder your rate sheet, basically sort of a PDF or handwritten note about what rates you charge at your center. You give that to us, and we simply upload it to your account for you. Let me start sharing screen as well. I won't run through the rate sheet upload in full because, again, our team does that for you. But it happens kind of within your Brightwheel billing library. There's a tab in here, again, where you can upload your rate sheet. But again, we'll help you with that if you've never done it before. What I will show, though, is what happens next. So once you've uploaded your rates to Brightwheel, um, apologies. Once you upload your rates to Brightwheel, what you do with that is you basically, those are turned into plan templates. And once you have your plan templates, you can add students to those.
Oh, I think we've lost Matt. Jean, if you would be so kind to maybe step up here and do your demo, and then we can give Matt. Oh, Matt is back.
I'm
Awesome.
sorry about that.
If you like, we can have Jean go first,
Okay,
if
yeah,
that's
let's do
helpful.
that. And I'll try
Yeah,
and get my internet back. Thanks.
absolutely.
Apologies.
No worries.
Great. Okay. Well, hello everyone. The technical difficulties of this Zoom era. Okay, so first we're going to start off with a little bit on packets and on forms, and then we'll give Matt a little bit of time to get the internet all situated there. So hello again. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be walking through a couple of key features that are going to make winter enrollment super easy, super seamless, and quick for you and your centers. Specifically, what we're going to do today is we're going to cover how to quickly create and set up your own custom digital forms. We're going to show you how to use forms you might already have and are using for enrollment within the Brightwheel context. And then finally, we're going to discuss a little bit on how to bundle all of those forms together into one packet that you can then send to families and then manage after family submission. So I'm going to share my screen here. Give me one second. All right, we should be sharing. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we do. Thank you, Jean.
Great. Okay. Well, first, let's take a look at how you'd set up those enrollment forms directly in Brightwheel. So I'm going to navigate over to my paperwork tab. This is where all of your digital forms for Brightwheel are going to live. So we're going to go to create new. I'm going to select this first option here, form. And now we have the option to either build a form from scratch, and we can customize it in any way that we need to, or we can go ahead and start with one of these pre-built form templates that Brightwheel has already created and we can use as a starting point. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one of these pre-built templates here. Let's go with general enrollment form. And let's rename this to 2026 winter general enrollment form. Okay, so a couple of neat things that you can do here is you can add a description of this form that is going to be visible for your staff. You can also include a message directly to the families that you'll be sending this form to. So let's just say, welcome, please complete this form. And a couple other great things that you can do with this form here is you can set a due date. So let's just say tomorrow, and you can set an expiration date for this form, which is incredible if you have a form that you need to have on file and updated every year, for example. So let's go ahead and set an expiration for exactly that. So 11/13/2026 is when this is going to expire. And we're going to create that 2026 winter enrollment form. Now, we started with a pre-built template that Brightwheel already provides for you, but you can go ahead and customize this in whatever way you need to. So let's add a new section here, for example. Let's add an address section. And that's going to populate right here into the form. And then if this all looks good, we can go ahead and press done. We can also hit this preview button here to see exactly what the families are going to see when we send this form to them. So we have our welcome, please complete. This is the message that we added earlier. We've got the form due date here. Amazing. Okay, so if this all looks good, we're going to go ahead and click done. And from here, we can go ahead and send to families directly within Brightwheel. So we can select the families here that we'd like to send it to. Or another great option is we can copy the form link, and then we can send this link to families via text or email, or you could post it on your website. Whichever way makes the most sense for you and your center, you can include a link for access to this form. So once a family has completed this form, as an admin, I'd be able to review and approve that form directly within Brightwheel as well. So as an example, we have this form here that does have one family submission. We can see that we have one family that has completed and we need to review and approve. We can go ahead and do that right here in Brightwheel. So if all looks good, I'd hit approve. And just as easy as that, you can create your own custom form within Brightwheel, share it with families, and manage submissions. Now, a lot of you already have forms that you use for enrollment. And great news, you can actually keep on using those existing forms. You do not have to start from scratch if you don't want to. So how we would do that is we would go back to our forms page. We would, again, hit create new. This time we're going to hit fillable document. So you can upload a PDF of your document here, and let's just call this, again, 2026 winter enrollment form. And this is where you're going to upload a PDF of that enrollment form that you're already using. So I have a sample one here that we're just going to upload. And once again, we've got due date and expiration. I'm going to pass on that one for now. So we have the PDF uploaded, and I'm going to go ahead and create this digital form. Okay, and then from here, we can just click on each of these boxes over to the right, and then populate this form with all of the clickable fields that a family would need to complete in order to fill out this form. So as an example, we have city here, which is going to be a place that families need to provide us information. And so I selected the dropdown for city, and then I moved it over into that field. If that looks good, we can hit done. And once again, we can hit preview here to see exactly what a family would see when you send this over to them. And there's our city field. They would click into here and then add their city. Okay, so if all looks good, which it does, we're going to go ahead and click done here. So we've just gone through how to reuse the forms that you already have within Brightwheel. Another really cool tool that I want to just take a second to chat about here is that Brightwheel actually has a set of pre-built fillable forms that are commonly used in your state that you can use as a starting point. So if I go back and hit fillable document one more time, we see this section down here under California state forms. So my account that we're looking at the moment is based in California. And so I get a section for California state forms. This is going to change depending on which state you are set up in. So here is a list of commonly used forms within the state of California that I can use as a starting point for one of these forms. So if we just go ahead and select this one here, there's some information that already populates, like the form name and the description of this form. And if I hit click, we'll see that Brightwheel has already added all of the boxes that a family would need to complete in order to complete this form. So if that all looks good, then we hit done. And again, without having to create this form at all, we can go ahead and send it to families here. So whether you're building forms from scratch, fully customized to what you and your center need, or bringing your existing ones into Brightwheel, the setup is super quick, super seamless. Now that we've gone over some of the forms features that you can utilize for enrollment in Brightwheel, let's put it together into something really powerful for enrollment, which is the admissions packet. So this is what makes enrollment feel really simple for families. Instead of getting 4 or 5 separate form requests, document requests, they're going to get one unified packet that walks them through everything they need to complete in order to complete enrollment. So we're going to navigate over to admissions and then admissions packet here. And we're going to create a new one. So I'm going to reuse 2026 winter enrollment. I'll packet this time. Again, we could add a welcome message. There we go. And then we can, just like on forms, we can add a due date here if we'd like. Another thing that we can do that's really great is if you charge a registration fee, you can include that right here in the packet so that when families complete their paperwork, they can also complete the registration fee in one flow. This is really powerful because this links back to billing and Brightwheel. So it just keeps everything for you in one place. Let's go ahead and just let's go with 15, add fee, and then let's go next. All right, so this is where we're going to add the forms that are going to make up this one unified experience for a packet. Let's go with the forms that we just created. So we've got that fillable document that we created from a Brightwheel pre-built template. We've got the form that we created earlier today. And then let's add a tuition agreement in here as well. So there are 3 forms. If this all looks good, we can go ahead and preview it, which is going to show us exactly what a family would experience and see once we send this packet over to them. So I'm just going to click through the forms here, but this is where the experience of an admissions packet really shines. For families, it feels like a single guided process to completing enrollment. And for providers, for admins, all of the forms, documents, and payments are linked to the right child and tracked in one place. And if that admissions packet looks good, we can create that. And once again, either copy the link and share it to families that way, or send it directly to families in Brightwheel. And that wraps up our high-level walkthrough of how you can utilize forms and packets within Brightwheel for a seamless enrollment experience. Back to you, Haiti.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jean. And great news, Matt is back online. So Matt, will you hop on?
Yeah, thank you very much for the patience, Erin. Sorry about that. We're having some bad weather roll through the area, and I think my internet blipped at the wrong time, so apologies. But anyways, we were talking about billing. We were talking about uploading your rate sheet and how our team can do that for you, or you can do that yourself. But let me kind of walk through what happens after you upload your rate sheet, because after you upload your rate sheet, it's relatively simple to get your family billing fully started. So once you upload your rate sheet, you have in your account what we call plan templates. Plan templates are basically a saved, reusable combination of factors, i.e. a frequency, a charge, and an amount that you can use over and over again to basically quick start families on their billing. It's super simple. Once you have these, all you do is set up student bill plans. The first step is just choosing which students you want to be billed this amount on this recurrence. So you can choose any students you like. We have a lot of students in this account. So let's just say that we want this charge to apply to all students at this particular Caterpillar's room. Then we hit next. And because we started from our bill plan template, we actually see that all these fields are already filled out. If you remember from our previous step, this was the template that we were billing for weekly. We were charging $140 a week, etc. This is also where, if you want to, you can add some powerful things, which are powerful customizations, such as a discount and even split charges across multiple payers if you have families that want to sort of pay individually. So let's look at that. We see that we are kind of billing these 6 students weekly, 140. Now we'll just go and set some final items, such as the first payment due date. Let's say that we want these plans to start actually, let's say the first of the new year. We get a final chance to kind of review everything, including add some optional fields like dates of service. But again, this is really all that we need to do to fully set up and fully bill all of these families $140 a week, starting on this date, sending these invoices out 3 days before the due date. We can do some nice things like preview the invoice as well, just so we see what our payers see. But ultimately, these are all the steps that we need to take to ultimately create our bill plans, at which point our billing is fully automated for these 6 families. Again, they'll be billed a invoice every week on that Thursday, recurring for $140, and those invoices will go to families. So relatively simple. I know we went through that relatively quickly, but that's really all you need to do to sort of automate your kind of upfront billing. The next thing that I will show is after you think about your rates, your templates, set up your billing, think about your payment policies. So this is where Brightwheel has some pretty powerful customizations that can make your life a lot easier if you choose to take advantage of them. The first is autopay. So we really, really think that it's important to get paid on time every time. And Brightwheel just has a simple one-click toggle for you to make autopay required at your school. So all that you do is just turn this on here. We just confirm it one time. And then now auto pay is required at our school. What that means is that all your payers are required to sign up for auto pay. And then once they do and add a payment method to Brightwheel, their Brightwheel account, they will be billed for your invoices. In the previous example, $140 every week on their due date every day. And Brightwheel will automatically run that payment on their linked payment method. I will show that if there are some cases where you want to customize autopay, such as you have a special arrangement with a certain family, or you want to grandfather in some families that, have agreed to a different arrangement with your school, you can do that as well with us. You simply find the family that you want to exempt and you just exempt them. So this allows you a little bit of flexibility, but allows you to still kind of keep autopay on at your school. Another pretty powerful payment policy is our late payment fees. So super simple. This is relatively new for us, but all you need to do, same thing here, just a little bit of a toggle. Right now, the school already has it on, but basically you just turn it on. And what it does is it will automatically apply late fees to your payers if they are late for any reason. And it will apply late fees according to the settings that you choose here. So you get to specify the late fee amount, the sort of the grace period when you want to apply them, and then of course sort of your invoicing when you want them to be due, as well as other small things, just like whether you want to allow late fees to be charged on top of late fees. So relatively simple here, but these payment policies allow you to really control and even customize how payers pay you with Brightwheel. And ultimately, that is obviously very powerful for running your billing and payments in a really smooth fashion. So the last thing I'll talk about is actually sort of in the paperwork domain, which is very similar to what Jean was just showing. But now that we've talked about setting up our bill plans for families and our payment policies, let's talk about putting that all together as we invite families to Brightwheel. So what we're going to show here is a tuition agreement. You can send these to families either if they already exist at your school and you're just transitioning them onto Brightwheel, or for new families. This is a really powerful tool during enrollment. But it's very simple. What you do is you just hit this third option and hit tuition agreement. Let's just give it a little bit of a name. Like I think Jean was doing some like winter 26 naming. So let's do that as well. And what tuition agreements does is it allows you to basically present to families what their individual bill plan is, what your specific payment policies are, gives them an opportunity to sign on the dotted line for you, which really kind of seals that commitment to you, and then actually add a payment method as well if they don't already have it. So it's really full parent setup on billing and payments all in one. So what I'll show here is this is you just setting up your form. It's super simple. By default, there's a bill plan section that's basically pre-filled with the family's bill plan rate once you have that set up. We also have an option for you. This is totally optional, but if you choose to enroll, or sorry, if you choose to start in Brightwheel billing, you can also enroll in tuition insurance if you're eligible, which actually protects your revenue at no cost to your school. And then, of course, like I mentioned, you have the ability to sort of talk a little bit more about your payment policies. You can either use this boilerplate that Brightwheel provides for you, or you can customize it, or you can upload your own if you have an existing agreement. And then at the very bottom, you'll see kind of the parent opportunity to provide you a digital signature, which again is a drawn signature, which is really, really nice. And the last thing I'll just show is the preview. So we are now previewing what our parents will see. Our parents, again, like I said, will see their tuition details. They'll see insurance if you are participating in that program. And then, of course, they'll see your payment policies. And then, of course, the opportunity to sign that. We highly encourage the use of tuition agreements because that's something that really protects yourself. If there's ever a dispute or anything like that, you kind of have this upfront, very clear agreement as to what the parents agreed to pay you and the policies of which they agreed to abide by. And I think that is everything I wanted to show. So again, we kind of did a speed run through that, but again, showing you how Brightwheel allows you to automate your rates, your invoicing, all those things allows you to automate your payment collection and even late payments in case anyone is late. And then again, allows you to automate your actual signatures from families where they're actually agreeing to pay you that rate and on that cadence.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Matt. Really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. And so we love sharing real stories of our customers who are using Brightwheel. And today we want to introduce to you Beth. She runs a preschool for ages 3 to 5 and is used to manage billing manually, which was time consuming and stressful for her whole entire team. And once they switched to Brightwheel, everything changed. Tasks that took hours now took minutes, and batch deposits were done in just 15 to 20 minutes. And Beth's favorite part, in her own words, is we can just post payments like a cash register, no math required. It's beautiful. Brightwheel turned billing into something smooth and reliable and stress-free for her and her team. Okay, and then we also have Anna Sarah, who's a program owner in California, and she was among the first to use our expense tracking feature, which she was thrilled to be able to do. She told us that it made tax season so much easier for her. In her own words, I just handed everything to my accountant. What a relief. It was also simplified her day-to-day activities and tasks related to billing and expenses, and no more juggling apps or spending hours tracking expenses for her. She said, it took something off my plate. It's all in one place. Thank you. It's a great example of how Brightwheel saves time and cuts down on stress. And bonus tip here for you all is that if you start using Brightwheel billing by January 1st, you and your families will have all of your tax documents and payment records in one place for the entire year. So that means no more scrambling during tax season. Really, this is something that your future self will thank you for. And lastly, we have Miranda and her wonderful story. She's a director of a daycare program in Madison, Minnesota. And when she first started using Brightwheel at her program, she had 32 children. And since then, she's more than doubled her enrollment and added 2 new classrooms. Miranda says she needed a system that would grow with her, and Brightwheel delivered. By automating billing and streamlining daily tasks, she saved up to from 10 to 15 hours every week. And in this time that she now has, she has been able to support her staff and connecting with families. So with Brightwheel, Miranda has built the efficiencies that she needed to be able to focus on growth and not paperwork. Okay, so if you're already using Brightwheel as a customer, but haven't yet started using billing and our financial management tools yet, we want you to comment billing in the chat so that way we can help you get started. As a reminder, our billing, payments, and tax tools are already included in your account at no extra cost. So make sure that you're getting the most out of your Brightwheel subscription this school year. And then our team of experts will be ready to help you set up quickly and easily so you can save time and streamline your payments and eliminate those late fees with Brightwheel billing. And if you're not using Brightwheel yet and you like what you saw today, you can schedule a call with an expert to do a demo or get pricing for your center. You can scan either QR code, depending on which one is best for you at this time. We will share those links in the chat as well if you prefer to have the links. So you can quickly fill out a form and someone from our team will reach out and do a customized walkthrough with you because we know that every program is unique and everyone has different things that they're looking to address. And so we just want to make sure that you have dedicated time with someone who's able to speak to your specific questions. So those are two opportunities there to continue to grow your programs using Brightwheel.